Alright guys, well, problem with having a Apple CarPlay, Bluetooth, whatever, Wi-Fi adapter is you open the door and it connects and you can't record any volume or sound. Anyway, guys, so we got them installed. I'll do a voiceover of everything. Sorry if the voiceover is dumb, but hopefully I can remember what I say as I'm going through the video. I got 2 videos that are coming out that I'll have to voiceover. First one will be voiced over, and this one will be voiced over, but we have the trim on there. It doesn't stick out too much. I thought they were going to stick out way farther. But anyway, hopefully they stay. Kind of thinking that without those clips, it'd almost be better without the clips. But this one seems to be good over here. This one doesn't like to be over here. Anyway, guys, so that's a wrap. Yeah, that kind of sucks. You have to cut this, but I'd rather grind it down rather than having the weather strip all cut. But anyway, that's what we got going on. Sides in, sides the same. It's almost like I'd rather have these clips out of here. I might take these clips out. This side seems good, but I don't think it's ever gonna stick. Because it's almost like the clip is in the way. Anyway, yeah, let me play with it, and if I take the clips out, I'll let you guys know in a different video. Let me check something. I'll be back. All right, well, got a problem. Apparently, these go on the top of the clips. So let me get these windows down. I just watched installation instructions. Oh, jeez. Okay. That was dumb. Let me clean this off real quick. Couple little debris. Apparently, yeah, do it the right way. Man. So they go on that side. So put that in. Here they say, tuck that into there. Okay. I'm a little more happy now that I saw this. Saw the destructions. Man. But let's stick this side in first. Oh, man. Actually, yeah, that feels a million times better. Okay, I can live with that. But now they're all dirty. So let's see what we can do. So you can see it wants to hit. Okay. is all this? Like wax or something. Anyway, I'll have to clean that off. Yeah, much better. I like it. Okay, so let me go to the other side and do the other side right. But I'm gonna hold it. I'll hold it. I'll right lower the window. I'm just gonna pull it down. Work it in there. Okay. Pull over. That's why every time in all my videos, I always say, keep being you, don't be like me, because I do dumb stuff. So I'm gonna pull it away a little bit. Okay. All right. I feel a little happier with that. I mean, they're pretty flexible, so you can flex them pretty good. Okay. That's what we wanted, guys. All right. Had to conclude the video. Actually, this might be in the beginning of the video. Yeah. Do it right the first time. Don't be like me. I guess I'm pointing at you guys. Don't be like me. Read the instructions. Anyway, hopefully you enjoy the video. Alright guys, so I lost all audio, I guess you could call it, because I opened the door and it connected to the dongle for the CarPlay, Apple CarPlay. Anyway, yeah, so my car's got those little shades to basically keep all the sun and glare out. Basically saying I gotta clean all this channel. It should be new to 2024, so it's a pretty new car. And I was going to condition it, like do a conditioner, but you can't do a conditioner because the rain gutter things actually have double-sided tape on them, so you can't really apply anything that isn't going to allow the tape to stick. So with that being said, I did not do any conditioner. But yeah, they're labeled right, they're labeled left. Got 2 rights, 2 lefts, driver left. So right is your passenger side, because I guess they do it inside the car. Some vehicle manufacturers do it from outside, looking at the car from the front. But anyway, passenger side is your right side. But yeah, so I'm just opening them up and taking them out, checking them out, because when the wife opened them or took them out, she said she heard a crack, so she thought maybe they broke or something. But anyway, they're pretty well protected with the saran wrap. They come with a warning label that when you install them, that you have to leave the windows up for 72 hours. And yeah, so these are the in-channel ones. The last ones I had, they were basically, they just attached to the outside. And yeah, they were super ugly. But yeah, that's the label that I'm reading. It just basically says to leave the window open or leave it closed for 72 hours. I believe, if I remember right, that's what that label said. And I start reading it in, I don't know if it's French or something, but Anyway, you don't want to hear any of that anyway. So yeah, and then there's the QR code to the left. That is the instructions. Highly recommend you guys go read instructions because I installed them, the back one's wrong. They do call that double-side tape gum. So they say to let it sit for 72 hours, leave the window up for 72 hours so that the gum will cure or harden or stick or whatever. But anyway, yeah, I did have to trim these down. We'll go into that later in the video, but yeah, I don't know, just blabbing as usual on the video. But I was going to do the right side first. However, oh no, sorry. In the video, I said I was going to install one side first and then video like what I ran into, what problems I did for the other side. But the sun was in the way, so I was going to do the passenger side first and then do the video on the driver's side, but the sun was glaring right where the I would be videoing, so I decided to do the driver's side first and then do the passenger side so that the sun wasn't in the camera. But this is basically saying it's really flexible and you got to clean it really good so that double stick tape will stick, which it's not going to stick because it's kind of like a felt weather strip, but it might hold, I guess. But anyway, so yeah, it basically just says to stick it up in there and go from there. And then this is where the clips are. I did this part wrong, so I put the rain guard under the clip. It's supposed to go over the clip, but anyway. So I watched a YouTube video of them installing it, and I don't know, it was kind of a janky video. But yeah, basically this is just showing to properly install them, to make sure everything's clean, everything's tight, that you can flex them. Don't window channel. You have to use the fastening clips if they are included. So we'll go over those. 72 hours. Oh, so they divide these by right and left, it looks like. So one bag is right, one bag is wrong. Anyway, it's weird that I thought there was clips in here. I guess there's no clips on this one. Oh. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Let's see. Looks like there's 2 clips, 3, maybe 4 clips. And they're metal. I hear metal. So this is your cleaning tool and hook tool, I guess. And these are metal. I don't know if I like that. So we'll figure out how these go in. I'll show you guys. But yeah, I'll probably install one side and then the other side I'll show you guys how it goes in, because I'm sure I'll have to play with it for a little bit. But again, it comes with the alcohol prep pad and the other side. So let me do one side, get it in there, I'll show you guys how to do it. I don't know if I'll do an actual install video, but I might just show you guys how to install one side. Or anyway, I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna do the right side, passenger side, and go from there. See you guys in a little bit. So right here, I'm just going over instructions on how to put these clips in. There's just 2 clips per door, and they tuck up under the weather strip. You have to use that little tool. You don't have to use that little tool, but if you don't want to tear the weather strip, I'd recommend using that little tool. But that is not how it goes. But yeah, I'm just trying to do it without the tool, and mainly because I have one hand. And it went flying. It flew in the car somewhere. So yeah, trying to do it one-handed it's not good. It's not easy. So I pull out the magic tool. But anyway, you got to get under that main lip that's back there. And then do it as I'm doing it. Basically tuck it back in there, push it up, move that weather strip around so it's not cutting into it. You gotta kind of have to find a happy medium of where it's gonna go, because the other side I put it closer to the front of the car and it was pinching the weather strip pretty bad, the door seal. So you can see I found it. So I'm just measuring. So I'm basically saying that the other side I did it too close and it was pinching the weather strip. So I went the length of the tool, and the little swoopy side needs to go outside. And yeah, just roll it in, tuck it in. But I think this one I was having a hard time with because the same thing was, I think it's too close to the front of the car. It probably should go back a little bit. But eventually I get it to go in there. And that's where I'm talking about the weather strip. It's pushing up on that door weather strip up against the gray trim. And I'm just playing with it, making sure it's in there, not cutting or tearing the weather stripping. But anyway, I probably said a lot more. They're very sharp. And yeah, this is where I come around to the front, show basically everybody that these were made a little bit too long. I took about a 1/4 inch off of that bottom section, and right down the very bottom right there. So I was using a little angle grinder and just trimming it off because it was fitting way too tight. It was pushing down on that weather strip and cutting the weather strip. And if you guys know, these Kia Tellurides have trim problems. So I'm basically zooming in, showing that it was crushing that weather stripping, the marks. But yeah, these Kias have problems with the trim where they just fly off or fall off. And I don't want to have that happen. So I ended up just trimming it. You can't use like scissors. You can't use anything on those because they're like a polycarbonate. So if you try to use scissors or a saw, you will break them. They will shatter, even though they say they are shatter proof. But anyway, so this is me showing you how to put them on, and I put them on wrong. Because, yeah, those clips, I wasn't right there. I wasn't showing how I put them on wrong. That's how I thought they went. And turns out they're wrong. But anyway, yeah, just going through, checking everything out, making sure everything's good. It is warm today, or this day. It is actually currently raining and possibly going to be snowing as I'm doing the voice recording, which is about 3 days. But basically, you can tear the weather or the backing off that double side tape on either side. This is the rear, so the rear you can actually take all the backing off because it just slides in there. So I'm just using a razor blade to take the gum backing off. The front you will have to peel it a little bit. This stuff is really staticky, but yeah. So yeah, these ones going pretty easy. I just stuck them in there, worked them up a little bit, but I did these ones. These ones are wrong because the clips are in the wrong spot. So I don't know. Yeah, I just wish the car wouldn't connect via Wi-Fi, and it's dumb. You have it plugged in, your phone plugged into the USB-A, and it won't let you record. It doesn't even let you record over the car like the car microphone. So I was just showing that you can't roll the windows all the way up because it will hit that edge. It'll hit the lip, the corners of it. So you kind of have to pull it out. And then you can see they're still down low, but yeah, I put them on wrong because I don't read instructions. But anyway, I'm thinking like, yeah, that was easy. Super easy. Piece of cake. And then, yeah, ended up not being piece of cake. One little tip you can do is if you barely pull up on the window button or latch or whatever it is to roll the window up, if you barely pull up on it, you can kind of force roll up a window versus if you just pull it up till it clicks, it'll do an automatic, and then once it feels any tension, it's probably like a half a pound of resistance, and then it basically rolls itself back down. But anyway, this is the front one. I had to do the same thing. I had to trim it 1/4 inch or more. But yeah, so I used a little grinder, die grinder with the Scotch-Brite pad. So you're basically not grinding it, you're melting the edge. And it's almost, so there's like a protective tape on the end. If yours fit, when you dry fit them, if yours fit, leave that on there so it doesn't cut the weather strip, but mine didn't fit. So I had to cut basically up to the edge of that clear tape, whatever you would call it. But yeah. Anyway, still thinking to myself, like, man, I wish I would have unplugged that Apple CarPlay dongle. But this right here, I'm just dry fitting it to show you guys that it does not fit. It won't fit in there in that corner because the bottom is so long. So yeah, it just has to go down at least 1/4 inch to fit in there right. But anyway, so I just trim it, just dry test it, dry fit it. Basically saying that the corner needs to go in that corner and it's not. And zooming in on where it's going to sit on that weather strip and the door trim that I don't like because it's too much. So anyway, Like I said, I just trim it to where the tape is, which is roughly 1/4 inch. And yeah, then it fits perfectly fine. But yeah, I spent way too much time telling you guys it doesn't fit. But I don't know if it's supposed to fit like that. I don't know if because it's made for 2020 to 2025 Kia Tellurides. I don't know if they made a change from 20 to 24. I would say that they didn't, but I don't know. But yeah. Anyway, you can't use scissors or snips or wire cutters or even like a saw. I would use either a grinder to melt through it, or you got to even watch what grinder you use, and you got to hold it tight, because if you get a lot of bouncing, it'll just shatter. So that's why I just use the little die grinder with the Scotch-Brite pad. To show you right here, it's a little grinder, Scotch-Brite pad. So that way it just melts it instead of cutting it. Because yeah, so here I'm showing just the piece that's melted. Basically, you're just melting it. This piece will all just break off. It all just breaks off because it's just melted plastic. And yeah, so I'll probably have to do a little more grinding. I'll bevel the edges so they're not so sharp and jagged. But yeah, just little things. I just don't know if other people are just throwing them in and leaving them. And I don't know. I don't know how people, not saying I'm smart or nothing, but if people are just throwing them in and causing damage, or if they're just sending them back, or if they're modifying them, like I'm doing. But hopefully they're modifying them and not destroying a car, because it will destroy that weather strip. It probably will scratch the glass right there, because dirt and stuff, debris gets on that weather strip and it starts to scratch the glass. So later, if you take these off, you will have scratching on the glass. But anyway, yeah, so once I go off camera, I basically just round over the edges so they're not so sharp, so that they won't actually cut into the weather strip or scratch the door. It did kind of make a mess, a lot of static, and yeah, but they fit good now. So, but like I said, with the tape, the double-side tape, you can just peel the edges, but it fits in there loose, nice and loose. It's not binding. Up. It'll push this out, but I'm good with that. It's not touching the weather stripping too much. It'd be nice if they went to a plastic backed double-sided tape, because this paper likes to tear. So what I do is just drop it down, see, it's wanting to tear. Drop it down like that, and then just basically forcing it into the channel. And now I get to spend the next 8 minutes playing with the window. Turn it on. You have to push the button twice. Now let's see. This would be cool if this works. Barely tapping the button.